Like I said, this class is going to work up to or towards Grasshopper. So I, as you guys know, am not super flexy. So Grasshopper is pretty challenging for me. So this class will get lots and lots of warm up in the hips and in the twisting. So even if you don't get into Grasshopper, there will be versions of it that anybody can practice. And it's also just, it'll be a great class for working the thoracic, opening up your thoracic spine and opening up your hips. So we're gonna begin. You're gonna need 2 blocks. You might need a strap. And if you get sweaty and slippery, you know, standing on your tricep might be challenging. So a little towel can be quite nice. We're gonna cross your right ankle over your left knee. Inhale, dip your hips. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, dip your hips. Exhale, stand. Left ankle over right knee. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twist right. Open twist, no bind yet. Inhale, center. Exhale, stand. Bind your hands. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step, float, or fly to the back of your mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg, flip your dog, work the twist. Inhale when you get there. Exhale, plant your right hand, work the twist back. Active fallen triangle, hover the leg if you can. Inhale, 3-legged dolphin. Exhale, knee outside right shoulder. Step the right foot forward, come up, warrior 1. Clasp your hands behind. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, forward fold, humble. Inhale, simple twist. Exhale, thread your arm through, Parsvottanasana, twist. Reach with the left arm to come all the way up to a reverse. And exhale, back to warrior 2. Bind your hands, inhale, back bend. This is where it gets a little different. Exhale, bow right between your feet. So not towards the front of your mat, but right to the long edge of your mat. Bow. Inhale here. Exhale, bow a little further. Dip your hips a little deeper. Stay low, release your hands. Skandasana at the back of your mat. Open, twist to the right. Crawl your way to the front of the mat, plant your left hand, simple twist. Your right elbow to right ankle. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up for your twisted reverse. And exhale, hands to the inside of your right foot. Bend your elbows, plant your right foot, send your left leg out to the left. Modified grasshopper. Drive into your right heel, step back. Move through your vinyasa, option for arm balances. Maybe flying lizard. Maybe Ekapada Kundanyasana 2. Step or jump. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up. Look between your hands. Step, float, or fly to the front of your mat. Maybe a frog hop or a Baddha Konasana legs handstand. Your hips are nice and open now. So give yourself a few hops to the front of the mat. If you make it, maybe hold, pulling the knees away from each other, push the floor away, and slowly step to the front. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. You can either roll up or chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, drive in your heels, come to standing. Last flexy side, so no judging. All right, and I'll try not to judge myself. I'm demonstrating good yogi behavior. So sink your hips, pull your left knee towards the floor, and then reach your arms up, and then fold over that left shin. Take a couple breaths here. Think about lengthening through your waist. Maybe you can even bind that shin. So wrapping your arms around that shin and using that to kind of pull your chest as if you could hook your chest up and over your shin. Sink your hips, one more breath. Now, bring your left hand to the heel of your left foot. Push your heel into your hand and your hand into your heel. Pull the left knee to the floor, open yourself up for the twist. Now, before we try to get the elbow to the sole of the foot, let's just work this twist a little bit. So, bend your right elbow and lawnmower, pull your elbow back. Okay, and do that a few times. You're probably not going to be as percussive with it here because balance. Okay, and then once you've kind of found that extra activation, open the arm up to the ceiling. Then see if you can work your left elbow to the sole of your left foot. And if you're sweaty, this is where your towel might come in handy to get a little more purchase. And then if you can get your elbow there, bring your hands to prayer. Now, I'm gonna turn so you can see. Okay, so you're like this. If you can't get your elbow there, you may be further up. You might be able to get your forearm to the sole of your foot, okay? Take a few breaths here. This is where we really work into this shape. So you got a couple breaths to work into it. Now, if this is super easy for you, maybe you want to tip right now and try full grasshopper. Use your breaths to do that. For me, I need a little more opening, especially on this side. Okay, release the twist, set your towel aside. You're gonna come up just enough so you can free your left ankle and then circle your leg around, come to Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale here. Open your chest up, feel as though you were pushing your left shoulder blade into a block to twist open. And then take Chapasana. So reach back for your left foot, pull it to the butt. Prioritize the quad stretch. So instead of kicking into the hand, pull the foot to the butt and push your hips forward. Breathe. And then slowly release the foot. Slowly step back, come all the way to reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, reach out long over your right thigh. Bring your right hand to the inside of your foot. If you need a block, totally do that. Okay, sink your hips, open up, Parsva Konasana. Inhale here. Exhale, see if you can tap your left elbow to the floor. And then inhale. We'll do that a couple times. Flow with your breath. Work as you can. And then pause in Parsva Konasana. Option to bind. So if you need a strap, grab your strap. Bind here. And take a few breaths. Opening your chest up. Push your shoulder, your right shoulder into the inner right knee. And then as if you could pull the right knee away from your shoulder. Sink your hips a little deeper. Okay, we're gonna do something tricky. Put the weight into your right foot. Try to keep the bind. You're gonna hop your left foot forward, okay, and come onto the left knee. Slowly sit back. Try to keep the bind. And walk your your right foot across as if you were gonna come to double pigeon, okay? If you can get your ankle there, do it. That'd be really cool. And then twist your chest open. Breathe here. This is kind of your rest. This is the nice part of the pose. Nice part of the flow. All right, here's the funky part. You got to get back where you came from. So I like to open my right foot out a little bit more to the side and then try to keep the bind. Like you got to kind of drive into the top of the left shin to come back, okay, and step back, Parsva Konasana, bound Parsva Konasana. And then come all the way up for reverse warrior. Inhale, maybe keep the half bind with your left hand. And then bring yourself forward, hop up onto the ball of the left foot, come to twisted crescent. So left elbow, maybe left shoulder, outside of right knee. Bring your hands to prayer and pull sternum to thumbs, thumbs to sternum. Strong and straight through that left leg. Breathe. Look out past your right toes, step onto the right foot, come up for Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale here. Again, feel as though you were pushing your right shoulder blade into a block to twist yourself open a little more. Bend your left foot, left knee. Sorry, grab your left foot, Chapasana. This time do kick, breathe, and then slowly release that. Step back. This time you're gonna deepen your prayer twist on your crescent. Maybe you'll even bind. So really try to get I'm gonna turn. Really try to get the outer left shoulder to the right knee, okay? Maybe you stay in prayer. Maybe you can find the bind. I like to kind of help myself out. If you can get the back of your left hand to touch your belly, then you might be able to bind. You might be able to find your fingers. Take a couple breaths here. Good, and then release your hands. Place your hands on the floor. Inhale, three-legged dog. Bring your forearms down. Place your head on the floor. And then walk your hands back to tripod headstand. Now you can stay here and hop your left foot over to the right, or if you're comfortable in the middle of the room, come to tripod headstand and twist your legs to the right. So use your breath here. Really try to send that left leg as far out to the right as you can. Good, and then bring it back to center. Bring your forearms back to the floor. Push into your hands. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your right shin across to the front of your mat. And we're gonna enter pigeon pose from here. So start with your knee up and your shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. Slowly sink your right knee towards the floor a few times, aiming your right knee towards your right wrist. Okay, and then once that feels nice, set yourself up. So your shin may come out of parallel once you're there. Try to take over with your legs. So try not to use your hands. Okay, if you need to set your left fingertips down for this next part, you can. Otherwise, you're gonna bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, twist your right elbow to the right sole of your foot, and then come back up. You do that 5 times. Trying to control the movement. Strong through the hips. If you need to, of course, put the left fingertips on the floor. And then end in the twist. Bring your right elbow to the sole of the foot, if you can, or maybe it's on the floor, but you're working a pigeon twist. Take a couple breaths here. As you twist your shoulders open to the left, can you push into the top of the left foot and stay active through that left leg? Push the outer right knee into the floor. And then center yourself up. Push into your hands. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Step, float, or fly to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Roll up or chair pose, whatever your spine needs. Inhale. Exhale, drive into your heels. Second side. If you want to continue on the grasshopper journey, you can either continue to work on the modified version that we used in the flow. Foot's on the floor, hands are planted, elbows bent, and your leg is out to the side. Now, the trickiest part is bending the inside elbow and sinking the inside shoulder towards the floor. That's the trickiest part for me. And it's also huge inner thigh work on the straight leg. So you can do that, or you use a block or 2 blocks, okay? So the higher you stack your blocks, the closer you are to the height of that bent elbow, right? So, and plus it's not as slippery as your tricep, and it's also a little bit further away from your body. So the blocks are kind of a nice way to work up towards grasshopper. So start with 1 block, or you can try 2. I'm just gonna jump straight for 2 because of time. Okay, and the other key part, the one that will help you with the straight leg, is this kind of locking out. It's almost like eagle legs, right? You're kind of locking the long leg's knee behind the calf of the bent leg, okay? So you stand on the blocks, hands to floor, okay? You kind of find that locking in of the left knee behind right ankle is what I'm doing right now. And then you can extend the left leg. Now the work is to bend the elbows like chaturanga because you're trying to make yourself a shelf with that right tricep to stand on. Okay, so think as if you could push the left shoulder blade into a block like the beginning of class and sink the right shoulder towards the floor. And then you gotta stand through that right foot. Stand through the foot really strongly, okay? Because especially once you do get to the tricep, you have to be able to stand through the grasshopper leg in order to keep the connection between the tricep and the foot. All right, so that's the block version. And then you can try the full form. So I'm gonna use the towel, it's sweaty. And then, you know, take some time to really get into that twist. And you really wanna try to work the foot as high to the outer armpit as you possibly can, because it's likely gonna slide when you go to plant your hands. Now, if the floor seems super far away, you can also put your hands on blocks. That has advantages and disadvantages. The hands on blocks also gives you a little bit more clearance for the straight leg in case you're having a hard time lifting it away from the floor. Okay, so I will show with blocks for hands. So really taking a few breaths to deepen this twist, maybe finding thumbs to sternum, sternum to thumbs. Okay, and then pushing foot into tricep as well as tricep into foot. And then maybe hands find blocks, tipping forward. Before you even think about lifting that left foot, stand on your right tricep. So you really have to bend through those elbows so that you can stand with the right foot. Okay, we've done that a lot through class. Then maybe you sneak left leg up and then extend it over. And then the work is to try to square the shoulders a little more to the floor and keep lifting the left leg away. Okay, so there you go, ta-da, full grasshopper. So, and then try your second side. So your tighter side may or may not make it, but the blocks give you a perfect way to work towards it, even if you don't have the full version in your body yet, right? So.